and gentlemen, welcome back to Pulse of the Ring. Tonight we have the one and only from the Shy, John.
How y'all doing, man?
How are you doing today?
Good, good. Just came from the gym, actually.
Oh shit, nice. What did you work on today?
Just typical upper body.
Okay. I I need to start getting back to the gym. Everybody at my job is like, "Oh, have you lost weight?" And I'm like, "I haven't been working out, so I must have been eating slightly healthier." And I realized that's the real big thing when it comes to getting healthy again is eating right.
Yeah, so many things to throw off your diet, and I had to start meal prepping. It cut a lot of weight since I started doing it.
I've tried to meal prep. My thing is I will get hungry and I would just want to eat everything.
Same here. I feel that.
So it's a lot of self-discipline in eating that I need to start working on that. But will it be this year? Probably not, because I am stressed with planning a wedding.
Okay, congrats.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's I love how enthusiastic she is about it, but I cannot wait for it to be over. But um, I want to ask, how did you get into professional wrestling?
All right, so I've been wrestling now for about 10 and a half years total. I started in high school at DuSable High School. I was originally a basketball player,
Okay.
but I realized the favoritism and stuff on the basketball side. So one of my guys was like, "You should step on the ring and step on the mat for open practice one day and see how you like it." And from the
Mhm.
second I stepped on the mat, I loved the sport of wrestling. I was initially a pro wrestling fan. So once I started the amateur stuff and started to get the hang of it, I say I'm actually pretty good at this. And I actually might can turn pro. So after I did a year of college wrestling and 3 years of high school, I decided to just find somewhere out here in Chicago and start training.
Okay. That's crazy because I know how hard was it to transition from the amateur style wrestling to professional wrestling?
Not really too hard for me because I already had the footwork and stuff down. I just had to learn how to bump. It took me,
Hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, about a year to get an official bump down.
Ooh, that that was the first thing they taught us in practice was like, hey, gonna learn how to take a bump and learn it safely. And it was a good day and a half of just bumping. That's really all I did. And
See, the bad part is the first place I trained at, I won't name them because I'm not here to do all the extra stuff. But man,
mhm.
I was there for 2.5 years and I learned nothing, like the bare minimum. And keep in mind, I put down 2,200 cash to start training.
That's I've been talking to a few people and I'm like, finding the right school is everything when it comes to like professional wrestling because any Joe Smo can buy a ring and consider himself a professional wrestler and he runs the same old shows with his two friends
Exactly.
and you
Yep,
don't
booking
really
all their
learn anything.
friends, booking all their friends and their friends' friends.
Mhm. And nobody's trained, so everything is just, yeah, I can do this move, but they do it the most unsafe way. I mean, I'm not even going to talk about death matches because that's a whole new level of wrestling. Like I get it, there's something for everyone, but that I can't get.
Death matches, they all right. It just makes me mad because the spot we practice in, we share a ring with them. So sometimes we'll come into broken glass, like on the
Hmm.
floor ring. And I'll be like, are y'all practicing hitting each other with this stuff?
See, I've never had to go behind a death match when I was wrestling, so I felt lucky. The most was like a hardcore-ish match where you're just hitting each other with chairs and dropping each other on Legos. That was the worst thing ever.
Uh, I've wrestled a death match before. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of fun. As long as they don't hit me with them light tubes, I'm cool.
And that's really most of the death matches is just a bunch of light tubes.
That's why I said I can do anything. I told them I'll do a sheet of glass. You put anything. Just don't hit me with that stuff with the gas.
Mm. I mean, thankfully, no one's hit you with one yet, I hope.
Thank you.
Um, so how do you balance being a professional wrestler and like still having a personal life and like a job and just everything that comes around being an adult?
For me, it's just making sure wrestling comes first. As long as wrestling comes first, I'm committed to the grind. Then everything else just falls in place.
Okay, okay, okay. And like to you, what has been the hardest part of the mental or the physical aspect of professional wrestling?
Definitely the mental, because if you let it get to you, the politics will definitely discourage you.
Yeah, multiple times there's been people like, yo, I can't tap out, I can't be a heel, I can't. It's a lot of that because I wrestled down in Florida. It was just
Okay.
a lot of that going on, and it really just made wrestling at some promotions just not fun.
Because people don't realize, like, yeah, what we do is real, but at the same time, the outcome is not what most people think. So
Hmm.
you can't go into a match saying, "Oh, I can't lose, I can't submit." So what? Who cares?
Yeah, sometimes it makes the story better for your opponent,
Exactly.
and I love being the heel because I love just putting guys over and making them look good. And I just certain people they can't make anybody look good, whether they're a face or a heel.
Yeah, that is true.
And ooh. So, what exact match or moment made you think this is like this is it? I got it. This is what I need to be doing and putting forth that extra effort.
So it was a couple years back. I want to say 2021, like late, and I got booked on the underground scene because I wasn't mainstream yet,
Mhm.
and it was against Alberto Del Rio. And the crowd was hot for it. Like literally, as I was just walking in from intermission, everybody noticed me. Like, "You ready for the night? You ready?" This and I'm like, "Okay." So maybe this match might be a little big. But when we got backstage and I found out the outcome, I was like, "Oh, so this actually might be something I can do for real." And then when I ended up winning, he pulled me to the side. He was like, "I didn't mind putting you over." He's like, "I've already won championships. I've already got to where I need to get to." He's like, "This for y'all."
Okay.
So that was that moment for me, like, oh, so it's not guys that's like, I ain't gonna say no names, but some of the politicking guys in the business.
Hmm.
So I thought, okay, come on. It's a white tube on my bed. Go get it to him.
Man, I wish I could have had a moment like that. I woke up one day and I just couldn't walk and I couldn't breathe, and I was like, you know what? Uh, my bump card it's been stamped.
I didn't believe in a bump card until I had groin surgery.
Woo!
Somebody did a senton, a Samoa Joe senton on me and landed all low and everything just exploded.
Oh shit! That because I know I've had a groin injury, a nagging one for years, but I can only imagine like what happened with you.
Horrible, man, because I had surgery for 3 months after because of the schedule.
Hmm.
So it just made me walk around at work and everything just in pain, hurt.
Did you still wrestle while injured?
Yes.
Whoo! How how taxing was it wrestling while injured that capacity?
I mean, as long as you know how to work around your injury, you should be okay.
Hmm.
Because for me, it was like I'm more of the amateur guy who likes to suplex and throw you around. With that, I kind of had to mellow that out and go technical. So that's why I say I worked through
What
it. Right?
what form of wrestling did you find more beneficial? Your technical side or your like suplexing, throwing everybody around powerhouse style?
My technical style. Because then I could work that with anybody if I have. I'm only 5'10", maybe 202. So let's say if I'm working somebody like 6'5", I can gladly break them down into my technical style.
Okay, yeah. So what it would be your favorite submission move?
Definitely a crossface all day.
Okay. The crippler crossface or okay, okay. That was the first one that I learned how to do properly as a kid because you're never supposed to try this at home.
Right.
That was the very first one. But then my favorite has always been the Tequila Sunrise. I don't know. After I saw Conan do it, I was like, that's it. I loved it, but I never got to
Yes.
use it as a finish. Just sad.
You, you know, I recently took a Canadian destroyer for the first time in 8 years. And it was shocking because I didn't know I could do a backflip. I was like, oh shit.
uh, I mean, once you just like tuck your head, tuck your chin, and just go, it just becomes one in nature. You know, you just easily flip that again. But man, that's always a scary move to take, even though it's safe looking as well.
Right.
So, how do you adapt to crowds when they're not responding correctly to you? Or not really correctly, but not responding in the way that you thought?
Oh, see, I'm a kid from the hood. I'm gonna get a crowd to respond regardless because I like to play the dozens during my matches when typically I'm in control. So I
Hmm.
like to talk my trash. Like, let's say you got a funny looking haircut, you're gonna hear a joke, and the crowd is gonna just respond to that naturally.
So, do you find being a heel better for you as a person in the character, or do you like want to be face sometimes?
Being a baby face to me is kind of boring
Hmm.
because it's like I have to literally make y'all like me instead of being myself and y'all naturally gravitating toward me to like me.
Hmm.
So that's why I would rather be that heel.
And I never understood people either who are always like, "Yo, I can't be heel. I have to be face." Being a heel is so much fun.
Mhm.
Like you can, just start talking about anybody in the crowd that you want to. If you're not cheating, you're not trying when it comes to wrestling, and finding different ways to not be caught doing certain heel moves.
Like I like to, let's say if I pin you and you kick out, I'm the type I'm gonna pull the ref close to me. I'm like, ref, look at my wrist. Whole time my shin's gonna be choking you and he don't even notice.
Yep. And I used to like to run towards like the referee, get all in his face, all of a sudden just grab the opponent, yank his eyes. Whew. But for some reason, I was never able to be a heel. I don't know if the people thought I was just nice, but I loved being the heel when I got the chance. And I'm shitty that I couldn't have been a heel more often. Um, how do you stay in ring shape?
Consistently staying in the ring. So we have practice Monday, Wednesday, 7 to 10. Outside of that, I have a buddy who has a ring in his garage. So any look moves I want to practice on, I'm with him for another probably 4 hours out the week, just to make sure I get even 10 hours a week.
So you
And
usually try to spend 10 hours out of the whole week wrestling? So I was going to ask you also, how much time do you think that you spend on wrestling in a week?
just purely in ring about 10 hours, but I do a lot of film stuff. Like my girlfriend will tell you 75% of the stuff I'm watching is wrestling. She hates it so bad she had to get on her computer to ignore what I'm watching.
And when it comes to studying, who are some of the latest superstars you've been studying, and how do you go at studying like different people?
Like latest, you mean like current, like wrestling now?
Yeah, like what were you watching last night?
I ain't gonna lie, I've been stuck on Moose's NXT debut for since it happened.
Okay.
Because just the aura that man has is crazy. I love to study people's auras because I always say I want to generate a reaction like that one day in front of a crowd for let's say 60,000.
Hmm.
So you got to study other people who already done it to see what they did, to see what you can incorporate into your own.
And who are some of your favorite wrestlers that you incorporated into the mixture of what makes you you?
Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and probably I want to say an underrated guy is Test.
That is very underrated.
I am a major Test fan because like his mannerisms is what made him a good heel.
Hmm.
It's like he didn't give a fuck about nobody as soon as he walked out.
And he was the first one using that big boot as a finish, and
Mhm.
He made it
And it,
look devastating.
yes,
Like
and it was
RP to him.
protected.
That's something that only protected finish is Kenny Omega's right now. I don't think anybody else's move is protected,
Yeah,
which that's a shame. I remember a lot of people would say Scott Hall wouldn't hit his finish if he wasn't going to win because he tried to keep it as protected as possible.
and it's crazy because we were just having a conversation about the whole psychological wrestling thing at
Hmm.
practice last night, and we were saying the whole Canadian destroyer spam is so dumb because you're literally taking a flipping pile driver on your head to no sell it and get back up and do it right back. When I took my Canadian destroyer, I was out.
Yeah,
Didn't move the rest of the match. So that's why I'm looking. I don't understand why people no sell the move. Like it's like you messing up the whole logic of it.
I've on the other podcast that I do, I've always said Canadian destroyer and the super kick. I forget what other move. I hate seeing them spammed because they did used to mean so much. When Petey Williams hit that, there's
Mm-hmm.
no kicking out. People kicked out of the Sweet Chin music, but not that many. But it's still now it is a hit it, boom, they up to their feet, do another three moves, and then they still kick out.
Exactly. And then they no sell the shit.
And it's I wish it could go back to being protected. Like I posted when Penta won, I was like, would you rather him use that just as the finish and completely protect it? And he still uses this other one. And people are like, no, no, it's good as a transition move. I'm like, it's not good as a transition move.
Like my coach literally said when he saw Penta's first match and he saw the Mexican destroyer and they kicked out of it, he said he cut it off because it completely ruined it for him. He like that should have been the finish.
Yeah. Yeah. And, that's just the current landscape of professional wrestling. Like some people hit the move, it means nothing, but then other people will go and hit it and it's one, two, three. It's like, how do you make it make sense? And people completely spamming it all the time just dilutes it. Ooh, oh, there we go. So how do you think that you'll evolve in the next 5 years in professional wrestling?
Hmm. I think I'll probably, well, right now I like to call myself wrestling's best kept secret because I honestly am. Like, if you were to look at my Twitter and my highlights, like you could type in Joey Mack wrestling on Google and all a nice amount of my work will pop up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking like, how am I not somewhere bigger than what I am? But I know everything takes time and patience. But in the 5 years, I say I probably won't be the biggest secret in wrestling.
Okay, okay. Do you see yourself uh being on, WWE ID's level, or having some sort of major run in Japan, maybe go down to Mexico, something like that? Do you see that in your 5 year
That's
future?
that's the goal. I'm working on my passport right now, actually, to get myself out internationally now.
Okay. Where are some of the places where you think you would want to go and wrestle?
I definitely want to wrestle in Noah. I would do all Japan. And I want to ML. I want to see can I actually entertain the MLW crowd
Oh,
because
if
I worked backstage with them before, so it's like I know the style.
mhm.
I want to see they crowd is being so big shocked me. I said I would love to wrestle in front of this.
I've been wanting to get MLW to Indianapolis, but I think I'm gonna have to go to the next Chicago set of taping because they do run Chicago and Philly like a lot. So
Mhm.
I'm
That's where I was able to get my backstage work in Chicago.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna Saint Laurent, he has something down there that I wish it was easier to find them on TV, but kind of gotta watch it how you gotta watch it.
Yeah, but it makes me look on YouTube more though.
Hmm. And then I follow him on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and I'm constantly like keeping in touch that way. So there's something that's good that's happening out of the internet. do, 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 do. What is the craziest or most like the best stipulation you've ever been in one of your matches?
Ladder match for sure. Ladder matches are my bread and butter. Like I just did a ladder match at the Wrestle League 13th anniversary show,
Okay.
and I produced a "This Is Awesome" chant mid match, and it was one of the greatest feels in the world.
So are you inspired by the TLC matches of the Hardys and the Dudleys and Edge and Christian, or are you just trying to make it something of your own and you just like to perform? Like, what is it about ladder matches?
I mean, everybody's inspired by those classic ladder matches by the OGs in the business. But of course, like they say, make your own dish in it. So it's just me about me making it my own style now.
Okay, okay, okay. Who did you beat? Who did you beat in your last ladder match?
I actually lost it. I took an RK off the end at the end of the ladder and I was out.
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
is actually the most
they knew
predictable.
not to let me win. They already look. They know not to. I'm already a double champion. They make Joey Mack a triple crown champion right now. I'm untouchable, and they're gonna hate that.
I mean, sometimes you have to go what is most hated to get the best profit.
Fair point.
So I'm saying give him that rematch one on one so he can, capture that title and still have
Yes,
his three
they
belt.
never put me against champions one on one. I said this. I said the fact that I've been here 5 years and the one time I get a title match, y'all put me in the ring with five other people shows y'all know exactly what's gonna happen one on one.
And what promotion is this?
Wrestle League LLC out in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, okay. I'm definitely gonna have to
You want to get out here? Actually, we got a big show on June 13th. It's our big old Pride event. It's going to be one of our big shows of the year.
actually see if I'm off that day. Because I need to get out and see some Chicago wrestling. The only time I've been up to Chicago is for like AEW events, and I've been wanting to go to more indie wrestling events because that's where you get to really see the heart of wrestling.
Like, did you see the Jesus guy that was trending in wrestling for a while?
Yeah.
That's one of my trainers.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's us.
Oh man, I actually did not know that. So tell me more about your wrestling, the wrestling school that you go to.
Wrestle League LLC has been around for 13 years. We used to be JPW, Just Pro Wrestling, but eventually it changed over to Wrestle League now, run by Shogun Chris Logan and Alex Bugs Moran. So pretty good. Right now we home to names like Shaq Jordan, Hugh Mack, Mike Strong, me, of course. Got a pretty solid roster, a nice up and coming talent bunch that we train every week. So look out for. I actually would say we're probably the best in Chicago. Not being biased, but just off
Yeah.
overall presentation, training wise, locker room vibes. No, not too much politicking. I probably say we're probably the best around.
And do you guys run weekly shows or do you run bi-weekly, once a month? How do you guys run your shows?
Once or twice a month. Like some months we got one show, and then some months we might throw in two.
Okay, okay, okay. And you said the next one you got coming up is your anniversary show?
No, that is our big Pride event, June
Oh,
13th.
okay, okay. There we go. That sounds like a fun time. My fiance has been trying to get me out to more Pride events. And I really want to bring Effie's Big Gay Brunch out here because Effie is the motherfucking man.
I would love to step in the ring with Effie one day.
He funniest video is him choking the Izzy girl when she was a kid. I was
Mhm.
the one that shot that video, and I got in so much trouble with my wrestling school. It's like you shouldn't show a grown man slamming a little girl. I'm like, dog, it's professional wrestling.
Exactly. People need to understand this is not something you should take seriously as much. You should just be entertained, have fun, and enjoy it.
So, how do you feel about the IWC people and how they are slightly, I would say, ruining like just being a fan of professional wrestling?
I really don't even take the IWC seriously. I tell people all the time, don't say nothing about this sport that we doing unless you stepping in the ring with us.
Hmm.
Like you're entitled to your own opinion, but all that what's the term we like to call that smart mark stuff that they be doing? I
Yeah.
really could care less for it.
No. I catch myself almost going back and forth with him, but I'm like, you know what? I honestly know what's happening. They are not on my levels, and I just have to give up sometimes. Like, there's no
Mhm.
point in arguing with them because, yeah, bro, you've taken a super kick. You know how it feels. All right, cool.
Yeah, that's why I say people be thinking that they know everything, like, oh, this should have happened. You're not backstage. You're not writing the story. You don't know what should have happened. That's what you want to happen, which is fine. But what you want isn't always what's best for the talent or business.
Hmm. And sometimes it is what's best for business, even though The Rock still should have came to the WrestleMania. Because what the fuck?
Hey, look, as long as we got Joe Hendry, though, I've met Joe a few times personally, worked with him backstage. Great dude. When he came out of Mania, I popped. I cried because it's like seeing people I've actually been backstage with on TV is still
Hmm.
surreal to me.
And that's what I tell people just being on going to indie shows. It's like, just like that feeling that you had with Joe Hendry. And it's, hey, I saw him when he first started wrestling, and now I see him here. And it's an amazing feeling. How do you feel about indie wrestling when it comes to like the major leagues of professional wrestling?
I feel like it's like baseball. We're in the minor leagues. Single A, triple A, double A. That's all we are. Because that's mainly our goal. Our goal is to get to one of the major companies, AEW, TNA, WWE. So that's what we're here for. We literally training ourselves up to get there so they can notice us and give us a shot.
Hmm.
So that's why I say it's just the minor leagues.
I try to get more people to go out to the indie shows because I'm constantly telling them these major shows, you're spending like $500, if not more, for just three tickets in a decently seated area, plus merch, plus food. When you can go to an indie wrestling show, you spend not even a quarter of that. You get a good seat, you get to meet the wrestlers, you get some everyday food, but you get to see more professional wrestling, and you're at the part where you can actually touch them.
Exactly.
And yeah.
And then let's just say you never know who you might see on that indie card. You might see somebody who maybe 3, 4 years later finna headline a WrestleMania. But you wouldn't know because you didn't get a chance to see them before they got to that point.
Hmm. And yeah, that's why you should go to indie wrestling shows, ladies and gentlemen. Um, and before I let you go, I'm going to throw you just some random questions. The first thing that comes to mind, you can say what it is.
Okay.
Um, Favorite basketball team?
Chicago Bulls.
Well, I think you're going to go with the Bears if you say favorite football team.
Always, yes, always.
Favorite wrestling match?
WrestleMania 20 main event triple threat.
Okay. Favorite wrestler?
The man that won that match.
Who is your least favorite wrestler as a kid?
Ric Flair.
Favorite pastime?
Meaning era,
Yeah.
ruthless aggression, all day.
Um, Favorite tag team?
Off top of my head, Brothers of Destruction.
Favorite championship title?
World heavyweight title. The original.
And let's see here, the last one. What would be your favorite moment that you've had in professional wrestling?
Our Halloween show this past 2024, where I end up winning our Mortal Kombat style tournament over Dijak.
Oh, dang. Nice.
I was Mario, he was Johnny Cage. I hit him with the Mario mushroom uppercut. Sink.
Hey, well, congratulations on that. Um, do you have any more shows that you have coming up, and how can people find you on social medias? And if a promoter seeing this, How can they book you?
All right, promoters, if you want to book me, hit my email at jjmcelroy696 at gmail.com. I'm available on Twitter, X, wherever you want to call it, and Instagram at Joey MFN Mac. Facebook is Joey Mac. Everything is basically my name. So if you need to find me, just look up Joey Mac and you'll see my email and everything pop up.
All right. I appreciate you for being on the show, and I will talk to you later.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right.